for this next step, I'm going to put my completed frame off to the side for a second, and I'm going to grab my tissue paper and scissors. We've just got to get these sheets of tissue paper ready to add to our sun catcher here. So what you can do, we're going to turn these into squares. So if you want, you can save a little bit of time by stacking them all up nice and neat. Try to get the ends all even there, okay? And just cut a strip off the end. Okay, it's a little bit wider than my thumb, okay, but it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, let's repeat that. About as wide as my thumb, so they're about the same size. Now, let's stack up these two strips. I have a whole bunch of layers of tissue paper here. And now we're going to turn them into squares. So these are a little bit wider than my thumb, so I'm going to make another cut here. Same thing, a little bit wider than my thumb, and that will make us a square, or pretty much a square. And you can see, since we have them all stacked up, I have a few squares of all the colors there. Let's do that for the whole strip. If you want, you could tear your tissue paper. I think though cutting it works a little bit better for this project, because once we put it on, we'll get some nice lines in there, nice straight lines like Mondrian like to use. So cutting is a better option here, just to give you a more Mondrian-like product. But if you want to tear, that's fine. It's your art, so you can do that if you'd like. You are probably going to want to cut most, if not all, of your tissue paper into squares. You can see here I've got quite a few going. I've got all the colors, all three of my primaries, red, yellow, and blue, and some white. Okay, so once you have all of your squares cut, if you want to get them organized and get them kind of in piles, you can do that. My brain kind of likes having them organized like that. That's up to you. If you do that though, it'll make the next step a little bit easier. Okay, next we need to get our glue ready. So you need your bowl and this foam brush and your container of glue. Just need to open this up and go ahead and dump the whole thing in the bowl. And then need you to go to a sink and fill this container full or almost full with water, and we'll mix that in with this glue just to water it down a little bit and make it a little bit runnier. A little bit thinner glue will work better for us for this project today. Here we go, I've got some water in here. Just gonna dump that in. And with my foam brush, give it a mix. You want to mix it really well until you can't see blobs or streaks of glue in there anymore. Okay, so it helps to kind of smush it like this with your spongy brush and really push against the bottom as you mix to help get all of those blobs out. Okay, when that is nice and mixed for you and there are no more blobs, you can set that off to the side a bit and grab your frame. Your frame needs to go on top of the plastic. Okay, make sure the whole thing is on top of the plastic. In the cooking world, what we have here, where we have all of our supplies ready, they call this mise en place, and that means everything's in its place. So in cooking, that would be like you have all of your ingredients that you're going to need for your recipe all cut, and you have the right amounts, and they're all ready to go. Everything's in its place. So this is kind of what we have here. We have the art version of mise en place. So once you have your mise en place, everything in its place, you are ready for step 3.